Okay, we are going to do something a little bit different today, where I'm actually going to show you a recording of a presentation from the New York State Department of Labor. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Can everyone see my screen okay? Yeah? Okay, thanks guys. I'm going to go ahead and hit play. You guys can stop me at any point if you cannot hear me, or if you need me to pause it, just let me know, okay? Sound good? Good. Here we go. Real quick, how's the volume for everybody? Can you hear him speaking?
No, we cannot.
No?
No.
Okay, hold on one sec.
Sometimes when you start a meeting, you have to click the will display video or something like that.
Okay, let's try it. Give me 1 second, guys.
When you click share screen, it will have the option to share video. Do you see it? Okay.
Thanks, Rebecca. I appreciate it. Okay, now you should be able to hear his voice. And if, like I said, if you cannot hear him, just unmute yourselves and let me know, okay? Okay, here we go.
Today I will be showing you how to create a JobZone account. So in order to access JobZone, you will be going to this website here, www.jobzone.ny.gov. And before we jump into our topic today, I just want to give you some brief overview of what JobZone is. So in JobZone, you can explore your strengths and challenges. So if you're looking for a job, you can look at those strengths and challenges that you have and see if they match up with any available positions. You can create and upload a resume. You can search for a job. You can also find out about companies that are hiring, as well as many more features that we'll get to in other subsequent webinars coming down the pike. So the first step to use JobZone is to create a free account, and that is our topic today. So in order to create a free account, what you're going to do is click on the click here for a free account button in the upper right hand corner of the JobZone homepage. So this is the JobZone homepage, and you see that upper right hand corner where it says click here for a free account. Once you click that, you'll be prompted to create a ny.gov free account. In order to do that, you will hit the button here where it says create ny.gov account. The account creation will ask you for about 5 pieces of information to set up your ny.gov account. So the first piece of information, this is what that screen will look like. First piece of info that they need you to enter is your first and last name, and you'll do that here. You'll then be entering your email address, and you're going to enter it again to confirm the address. So you see we've entered it here once on the left, and then one more time on the right to confirm the email. You will then be prompted to type the text that you see in the picture here, and they do that just for verification purposes. So we've done that, as you can see here. And after you type those words that you see in the text box, you will click the continue button as shown here. Once you click that continue button, an email will be sent to the email that you have just provided. And what you do is follow the instructions in that email to complete the registration process for your ny.gov account. So what you're going to do then is go to your email and open up the email from this address. It's noreply@labor.ny.gov. And you can see once you open that email in your email inbox here, this is what it will look like. You see the address there. What you'll do next is you'll click on the click here to continue with the registration process as shown here. This will take you then to the account information page. So the information you enter here will be used to define the local area of your job search within JobZone. The first piece of information that they want you to input is your first and last name, as shown here. You'll then enter a username. So you're going to choose the username first, and make sure it's one that's particular to yourself, one that you're going to remember well. And we chose one here. After that, you're going to choose and type a password. Again, make up a password that is meaningful to you, that you can remember, to make it easy for yourself when you're logging in. And you'll enter that password on the line on the left, and you'll also confirm that password by entering it on the line on the right. And a little note here, when you enter your password, you will not be able to see it. That is for your protection. If you want to see your password, you can click the show buttons, as we've seen here. And that might be something good to do just so you can make sure that you've entered the password correctly. After you've entered your password, you'll enter your email address that you confirmed earlier. You'll do that right on that line. You'll then be asked to choose 3 questions and provide 3 answers to security questions. You'll be asked these if you forget your password. So when you do this, write these answers down in a safe place so that you can retrieve them. If you forget them, they're easy to retrieve at a later date. And this is what those questions look like. So you're going to choose a question by clicking on the arrow. Then you're going to type your answer in the space provided. So you see the arrow here, and you see the answer space below. Once you type in your answer, you need to type it again in the confirmation line, similar to how we did the password confirmation. When you type your answer, you'll not see it again, and that's just to protect your privacy. And that's what it looks like there. If you'd like to see your answer, click the show button. Again, maybe something good to do just so you can confirm that you've entered it correctly. And we see here our answer. And you're going to continue with question answer number 2 in the same way you've answered number 1. Again, remember to choose the question by clicking the down arrow. And again, also choose questions and answers that you'll remember. So this is question 2, in the same manner that you answered question 1. And you'll continue again with question and answer number 3. Again, write these down in a safe place in case you need them in the future. And you'll need to answer these 3 questions if you happen to forget your password. So again, keep these in a place you'll remember. And there's question number 3. After you've answered question number 3, click the continue button as shown here. This will then take you to the personal information page. On this page, you'll be entering your date of birth. And when you enter your date of birth, remember that you are required to input 2 digits for the month, 2 digits for the day, and 4 digits for the year. And that'll look like that. Next piece of information you'll need to enter is your Social Security number. Again, remember it will not show the number in order to protect your privacy. If you would like to see the number, just to make sure again that you've entered it correctly, you can click the show button as shown here. After you have entered your date of birth and your SSN, you will click the continue button as shown here. And at the end, you want to check each piece of information to make sure that it's correct. So we just have our information listed here. We have our first name, last name, you see our username, password. Again, that's blocked out for your protection, the email address, and your secret questions and answers. and your personal information there. Once you're sure that everything is correct, you're going to click the Submit button, as shown here. And congratulations, you now have a ny.gov username. So once your account has been created, your ny.gov account has been created, you'll click the Return to Sign In button. And when you do that, it'll bring you back to the home page here. And now that you have a username, you'll enter that on this line, like so. You'll also enter your new password that you've just created. Again, it will not show the password to protect your privacy here. And then you'll click the Sign In button as shown here. So here we're going to be entering your personal information into JobZone, and the information that you'll enter here will be used to create your JobZone profile. So what we just entered was to obtain the ny.gov account. Now we want to give JobZone some information so that it's really personal to your job search and your job needs. So this is what that screen will look like. There's 4 tabs. There's a Contact tab, a Miscellaneous tab, a Jobs Preferences tab, and a Personal tab. So on this Contact tab, you'll be asked to enter your first name and your last name. Going to enter your address here, as well as your city. And again, notice the address, 123 Street. If there is an apartment, you'll put that on address line number 2, and the city in which you live. And you'll also choose your state, and you'll do this by clicking the down arrow on the right. And we'll choose New York. Enter your zip code, and choose the country that you live in. So you can see everything we've inputted so far. We're now choosing our country. And if you want, you may enter your phone number, but it's not required. You may also enter your email address here as well. If you want to see any new features for JobZone, any updates that's going on with the site, you can click yes. If you don't want to see that, simply click no. If you do click yes, they will send that information to you in your email. And once you have entered all the necessary information, you'll click Save. Once you've saved your information, you will then navigate to the next tab by clicking the Next button. And that'll take you to the Miscellaneous page. On this page, there are 5 required fields of information to fill out, and I will walk you through those fields right now. First piece of information that they'd like you to fill out is the highest grade in school that you completed. So you'll do that by clicking the right arrow here. And once you do that, a drop-down menu will be seen, and you can choose your appropriate level of schooling that you finished. And the next piece of information, you want to select your appropriate school status from the list. Again, doing that by clicking the down arrow and choosing the appropriate school status for yourself. Are you in school, or are you not attending school? Whatever the case may be, you'll input that here. You're also then going to check your current employment status. Are you not employed? Are you working? You'll then check your veteran status, as shown here. And you'll enter your migrant worker status at the bottom, as shown here. Once you have entered all the information, you'll click Save. Save button. You make sure you want to really make sure you double check all the information before you save it, and you certainly want to save that information so that JobZone has it in order to create that profile for yourself. Once you have saved your information, you can click the Next button. That'll then take you to the Job Preferences tab. So this is a particularly important tab because here you can enter what type of job you want. You can also indicate what kind of money you're looking to make. Is it a salary job? Is it an hourly job? You can designate that on this page as well, in addition to where you want to work. So you can select the general location of where you'd like to be working. So on the jobs preferences page, you'll type in the job objective information. Here we have chosen to obtain a full-time position. Then choose your desired salary by clicking on the drop-down menu. So again, you can choose if you want to work an hourly job, a daily job, or a salary job at a yearly income. You can designate that here. Let me just back up 1 second. You can also input the amount of the salary or wage that you would like to earn in that line there. Next, you can choose where you want to work. And again, you'll use the arrows to choose the area. And you'll be entering 1 to 3 zip codes that you would like to work near. And this is what that looks like. We've chosen to work within 10 miles of zip codes that are close to where we live. That certainly makes sense, so you don't have a long commute. And the next piece of information is, how would you like to be contacted by employers? This is particularly important because if you're submitting information about your skills, such as your resume on JobZone, you certainly want to designate a method by which you would like the employers to contact you. Here we have chosen to be contacted via email. Once you have entered everything, you'll click the Save button. And once you have saved your data, you will click the Next button, and that will bring you to the next tab, which is the Personal Information tab. Side note here, providing the information here is up to you. It's completely voluntary. You don't have to do it. If you choose to do so, first piece of information you'll be entering is your gender. After that, if you choose to, you'll be entering your ethnicity as shown here. And the next piece of information is your race. Again, this is completely voluntary. And the last piece of information is your disability information, if you choose to do so. So once you're comfortable with all the information that's on there, you're going to click the Save button. So you have your information. We want to get back to the JobZone homepage. In order to do that, you will click the Home button, which is right next to the Save button that we just hit. So you'll click Home, and that will take you back to the JobZone homepage. So here it is. There's a lot on here, but the first thing I want to direct your attention to is that it does welcome you. So this is now your personal profile in JobZone, and you can see that here in the upper right. It says Welcome John. You can also see on the left side that your local career center is now available to see. Okay, and this has been figured out by the information that you just provided in the account creation. So your address was close to this career center in Albany. So it looks like you have one on Central Avenue. If you are curious about where other career centers are near you, you can click the More button, which is located in that career center box in the lower right-hand corner. And local career centers are displayed based on, again, the information that you provided earlier. And the closest career center is listed first. So we see here on the left side, Career Central, Local Workforce Investment Area. Those are the office names, so it's easy to find them. Next, you'll see where they're located. This one in particular, the first couple, are located in Albany, as they are the closest to the address that you had just inputted. And the service type, most of these are full-service career centers. And the website, if you choose to go there, will give you more information about the career centers, as well as the actual distance it is from where you live. This is a very good tool if you're planning on taking public transportation and you don't want a long commute. You can figure out how close it is and approximate how long it may take to get to those career centers near you. So, and one note about the career centers, it's just a great resource if you're looking to network with potential employers, if you're looking to really compare notes with other people looking for jobs, do some community cooperative learning in that respect. You can also find out information about upcoming job fairs at these career centers. So I would highly recommend visiting one of your local career centers when you can. And to return to the home screen, you will simply click the home button again, and that will bring you back to the Job Zone homepage. So I know I went through that rather rapidly, but if you are interested in going back, this will be recorded, and you can access this webinar at any time in the future. And I will be back with other webinars, because as you can see, there are several other pieces of information on the Job Zone site that we can go over. I thank you for your participation today, and I wish you the best of luck in the future. Thank you.
Okay, everyone, I know that was a lot of information. Thank you all for listening. I will send out this webinar so that you can access it if you want. And I'm also going to print some more Job Zone instructions if anybody wants more of those. Thanks, everyone, for coming. Good luck with making your Job Zone profiles. And I'll see you all soon.